So, welcome on in. Thursday, 26th of June. Coming to the end of my Japan trip. We'll probably be here maybe this weekend, and then I'll be finding my way home. So, next week we'll be back to the normal times, which is 2 hours from now, basically. But yeah, so let's start off with the long to short ratio. We are heavily short, 65.74% short accounts in the market. The last 4 hour candle has just gone heavily long, but I don't really look at the total long to short ratio. It's more about the overall accounts. I guess this changes a lot more frequently, so it's a little bit less reliable as a data point. But yeah, there is a lot of longing in the last hour, and I don't really know why that 4 hour and that 1 hour is different, but because they just printed at the same time. But anyway, yeah, so we are heavily short, and we'll keep that in mind. As we have just been grinding up, we've been grinding those shorts, we've been grinding up price action, and yeah, we've taken out quite a lot of liquidity above. We took out the 106.5 stuff. That was a really good hotspot, just above this high. Sorry, kind of above this high at 106. So yeah, the next is I think at 109, right? Yeah. So the next short liquidity at 109.2. They're coming for my short. They're coming for my short, guys. They're coming for it. I think there's just upside grindy price action as everyone shorts. Damn, it's so brutal. Absolutely brutal. So yeah, that's the liquidity. That's the and yeah, a few shorts got filled on this wick actually, so they didn't pull these. Wait, did they? That says 1k longs. Should be shorts, but it looks like a few short orders are getting hit. We have some quite thick stuff above us at 108.9, 109. So yeah, that kind of lines up with the liquidity pocket, which I think feel like is a good short-term target for everyone to have. There's also there's actually a lot of shorts coming in, so we could even just rip it all the way up to here in the real short term. But yeah, just grinding up, and we got the main stuff at like 110.3 is exactly where the liquidation pocket. So watch that as a potential area for a reversal, and we might get a nasty liquid, like a nasty one, which also stops out my short, but it'll be at break even. So haha is what it is. Anyway, let's change the old screener inientes. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. So, yeah, we've obviously got this high at 108.7. We've got the liquidity at 109.2, 109.3, and we've got all those orders coming in around the same area as well. So, yeah, it's looking potentially like we could get a pullback quite soon, but I know I did say that around. I think it was around here. It was like 106 as well, and we've just grinded up since then. So everyone is shorting. So I would be quite careful. This is obviously going to potentially be an area of interest to short. Um, but yeah, it's one of those ones where the long to short ratio is so heavily short that we could also just rip all of it. It's really actually ugly price action for trying to get into a trade because you don't want to long in this grindy up. You also don't really want to short yet because you're not at resistance, and long to short ratio is heavily short. So I would say that this is obviously an area to potentially get a pullback in. But yeah, you'd kind of want to see some lower time frame failures or some things off your checklist first. But yeah, potentially an area to short, even though everyone is short. I'm already short from there, but yeah, let's see what happens with those orders and the liquidation pocket. seems to come in quite nice here. So I'm not really adverse to trying it again, especially like this is getting really toppy. This is getting really toppy. It just, yeah, it makes sense. If I didn't know the long to short ratio, I would say yeah, we're gonna short this for a pullback anywhere in here. But yeah, it's looking decent. It's looking good. Bitcoin Dom still chugging up. Don't really want to look at this too much. Above the high, it looks like it's going to break out towards 70%. ETH still looking actually quite bearish, to be honest. Doing a bearish retest as of right now. We have gained this low though and bullishly backtested it here, so we're a bit behind the curve on where's. Hold on, oh, I'm tripping. We are a bit behind the curve in terms of Bitcoin, but we also coming up to this resistance pocket as well. So again, we're kind of topping out on the oscillator. We got a swing, we got resistance, we got a lot of monthly levels here as well. Potentially an area to short for a higher low. But yeah, we've done a nice regain. And if we make a new high, there's a potential Stuber all the way back at the lows when this comes in like that. So we'll see what happens with the price action if we get any like nasty wicks as well. I'd just say keep an eye on it. Keep everything in mind. You could maybe try and catch some really like pinpoint orders up quite high with a tight stop. But in general, maybe you want to see this potentially like fail first before you start laddering in. It's one of those ones where you'd expect it again to have a pullback, but yeah, long to short ratio is looking pretty darn juicy. So yeah, in terms of, I am in a couple positions actually, by the way. So I am in a soul short. I got wicked on a soul short. I had a few orders set between, what was it? It was like 149 to 147. I think I'm just gonna put my stop really tight on this because this hasn't broken down yet. This actually looks quite good on the 4 hour. For potentially a continuation. We're holding this swing here, and we haven't broken below. So I'm just gonna maybe put a stop really tight on this. Probably like 150. I'm in quite high. I literally got hit on this wick in this combination band. Actually, yeah, I got wicked in both. So in both combination bands. So yeah, that's one thing that I am in, and that I should probably take care of after this stream. Another thing that I'm actually in I was in a altcoin short. I think I did say something like this around here, and I didn't get wicked out of it because I was on super low leverage. So yeah, this is looking quite good. I'm obviously looking to accumulate this here as well, and you can even pull a fib from, let's do here to here. That comes in the combination band. So if we do get back down to, obviously we got the weekly open, the yearly open, and then we got the Stuber no packet pocket in the combination band. Those are two areas that I'm potentially going to look to accumulate some more. I just want to accumulate as low as possible. But yeah, we are making lower lows and lower highs on Farcoin just to let you guys know. Obviously, you guys can probably see. So we want to hold this low. If we lose this low, it's bye bye, another leg down. But I'm happy to try and Stuber something off. I think the Stuber is probably the most high probably set up. You might get a bounce from the yearly and the weekly just because it's this swing. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of opportunity there for sure because it's a very, very strong coin. Now, Hype's just kind of like doing nothing, looks fine. Not really any changes since then on Hype. I am also... excuse me. Sorry, guys. I am also in a Sui short from here. It's I got in around here, and I also entered a little bit more on this wick. So yeah, again, my stop's probably just gonna be like really, really so. For now, it looks like it's slowly starting to break down. So the position's not too bad at the moment, but yeah, I am a little bit cautious, just a little bit on that. But yeah, if we do get something like this, would be perfect, and I'll long the lows. But is that a bit obvious? Who knows? Let's not think too deeply into it and just say, okay, this is what's happening on the charts. In terms of some other things, I haven't really looked at that much else, but that's the main gist of the market right now. ETH Bitcoin is also underside retesting this swing. So right now this is a bearish retest. And yeah, we did find some support here on the combination band as well on the daily one. But I mean, here you're looking for a bearish retest. Here you're looking for a bearish retest. If you get all the way up here, I would say this is going to be a short-term reversal, but then you might find support on June or the swing again. So the key here is going to be a regain of June on the daily time frame for alts to run. But as of right now, looking pretty bearish. Looking pretty bearish on ETH Bitcoin. So yeah, that's a general rundown, very quick rundown of the market. Is anyone looking at anything in particular or anything that's tickling their fancy? Again, ETH is actually getting very, very close to being in a trade zone for me, especially in this like combination band. If we get a wick in there and a close below like here, it's just gonna get the red dot. Your stable coin's gonna change. It's just gonna be perfect. And we might hold here. We might do that, and then yeah, that'll be the next swing trade. Is anyone trading lower time frames right now? Or you just kind of standing by, sticking to the swings? So yeah, Pepe's actually done the move quite early. This was one thing I'm looking at. So we didn't close a 4-hour candle. Let me just use a ray just so it's a little bit easier to see. We did close a 4-hour candle above here. We also wicked above as well. So you could either draw a Stuber from there or from the lows here. But I've drawn it just from the local one on the hourly, like this, because this is just a little bit more clearer to me. So this has actually done the move quite early in terms of what I'm looking at on like Sol and Sui, who kind of did that, and then they've done that. Fartcoin's doing it now. So yeah, if this were to come back down, potentially into this May and weekly open 886, it's a buy. It's a buy as of right now. It's a buy. Yes, the 4-hour did hit resistance right here. But yeah, like I'd be pretty confident in that, especially if it does it now and starts failing daily open and grinds down here. We're going to be in the 4-hour combination. We're going to be on the weekly open. We're going to be in the stupid pocket. I'm more than happy to take something like that. So yeah, that's something I'm looking at for sure as well. I haven't looked. I don't really look at XRP that much. Let's have a look at PopCat, bro. So PopCat's doing the move now as well. So this is something which is definitely interesting. So how is that? How is that doing? Okay. Yeah, so fail that. A little bit more of a dip into this pocket. Perfect. 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 This is also perfectly tagged. What is that? Feb and some sort of resistance that I've got on. Not really 100% too sure. Did the retest failure. I mean, this is very... Excuse me, I'm so sorry for yawning today. Please forgive me, guys. This is very, very clear to see on the lower time frames. Wick into the band on a monthly level. Break of structure. Pull your fib. Wick into the pocket. Oh no, that's also in the combination band again. You even got a retest of the retest. So this is a retest of, and then you retested the retest. So yeah, that's something that you guys could have took if you were looking at the lower time frames on that. That's why Popcat's quite good to trade sometimes. Let's have a look at Sui then in terms of yeah, again, potential long on the weekly open. And yeah, we want to see us fail this daily now. We've already failed March. We did the retest failure. Da 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 da. Bish bash bosh. Looking good. Oh, I did have some orders set on Doge as well, but it looks like they haven't gotten hit. Oh, were they in there or were they? Yeah, I mean this is looking really, really toppy on the 4 hour anyway. I think mine were a little bit higher though, around 1.7. Yeah. I mean, if it does that though, I might actually delete these. It probably is gonna hold, and so yeah, I don't really like that actually. I'm gonna delete those after this stream. Should probably delete them now actually, because I don't really want to mess around with that too much. But yeah, let me check the chat quickly. If not, we'll just rattle off. Yeah, no one in the chat. If not, we'll just rattle off a few more altcoins that are potentially looking interesting, and we'll call it a day, guys. Call it a nice little quick, chill day. And yeah, just know that next week we're going to be back in London at some point, hopefully, probably towards the end of it. And I've got some stories for you guys, man. I've got some stories. I can't tell you right now, but I've got some fucking stories. Oh, boy. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Injective actually did a new high as well, so this is something that potentially looks interesting to long the lows on. That combination band comes in around the weekly in May as well. I like that quite a lot. Oh, we're lagging a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I mean that is going to come in there, and this is going to come in the same sort of area. So basically, you're just looking at the weekly open and May on injective. I would set an alert on this 9.7ish. I would definitely set an alert on that, which I am going to do right now. That's looking pretty decent, interesting. Are we going to get the summer altcoin run? Let's see what everyone thinks. Are we going to get the summer altcoiny run? What do we think? Boring summer altcoin run, August, September, October maybe, November top, or are we going to get the alt run summer, the blow off top at the same time? Or, excuse me, is it fucking over? What do we think, lads? What do we think? But yeah, AVAX not really made a new high. Definitely looking a little bit like it wants to slide down. Everything looks like it wants to slide down a little bit. And things that have made new highs, you can just pull a fib and then it should come in around the weekly open. Is the general aim of the game right now. I haven't actually looked at FET in fucking ages. Doing a similar thing to everything. So yeah, let's do a little recap then. Fartcoin, short looking decent. Potential area to hold weekly open and the yearly open. The Stuba comes in around, I think it was like 8.7 to 8.2 in the combination band. We've also got some overlapping supply. In terms of That's in terms of the long. In terms of the short, you've kind of missed it. It was here and here, I guess. That was the break of structure. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit gone for you. In terms of hype, we're still long. It looks fine. It looks good. It's kind of just doing nothing at the moment. We kind of like to see that actually. Popcat again, we've got a potential long in the lows. This is actually something which is a little bit more probably risky just because the range is about 3%. So if you are going to take this, maybe a little 2-3x lev is going to just top it all off for you. Pepe also looks quite similar as well. I didn't actually take this fib from the lows, but yeah, the weekly open and the May come in quite nicely around there. And yeah, I'm also in my soul short, which I really want to fail right now. Please, can you just fail, Soul? It actually looks quite good. Like this has not failed yet. I guess that is kind of the lick wick. This is kind of the lower low, so it's nearly. It just needs to do that now, and then it's going to be looking quite good. And then Bitcoin could grind a tiny bit higher into 109, the liquidation pocket at 109.2. We've also got some short orders there as well. Just a little bit more, and then we get the top out on the oscillator, and we get the top out on the retail stablecoin demand, and we get the wig, and just bang, bang, bang. So yeah, that's me. Anyone got anything they want me to look at? Anything they want to talk about? Feel free to fire away. I'll chill here for a little bit, and if not, I'll cool it because I'm not really feeling too good. I'll tell you about it next week, though. I'm not actually ill, but yeah, I've got a big story. I've got a massive story. Don't know, bro. Which altcoins do you think are most likely to run hard if when alt season comes? I keep changing my mind. AI and RWA. I was thinking before. Yeah, I've always been an AI and RWA guy. The RWA space isn't doing that good because the projects aren't as established, but I definitely think that is one area that has high potential for gains. So like if we do get the altcoin run, I think things like Rio prop chain in the RWA. We've obviously got Ondo and Cpool, which are more established, but Rio and prop chain are like gems. They're like smaller cap coins. I think are gonna would do really well, but I would say only if we've got like a confirmed alt season by them because you don't want to go into some small caps right now. It's really just not the time. Uh, Ondo and Cpool are a little bit more established. Our AI is obviously a super safe bet. Me and Brummy were actually talking about on Tuesday when everything was at its lows. I think Brummy was buying Render, which is a good shout. Fet is obviously a big leader. Um, and yeah, there's probably like just at some point we'll get an AI run and it will just happen. In terms of the coins that I think are going to do well anyway, Fartcoin and Hype, I just think it doesn't really matter if we get an altcoin season or not. They just they're gonna do well anyway. And then last of all, you could look into some other alts like Injective, Sui, but it's a bit more dependent on the market. Sorry, excuse me. All good for me, thanks. Nice one, bro. Nice one.